Twists. Twists. My favorite. So given that we've been listening to stories for many, 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 many centuries, and that we start hearing stories when we're little babies, we're all pretty darn familiar with the idea of what's going to happen next in most stories, right? Yeah. So, therefore, we absolutely love it when we're surprised by what happens next. You know, brains like the challenge of processing surprises, stuff we didn't see coming, literally. Here, so it lights our brain up with neural activity. Like you can see in an MRI, brains light up. Fascinating, right? But our brains have learned to ignore common words and phrases, I'm tired as a dog or whatever, that they just don't have any meaning anymore. They're just words because we've heard them so much. So when you give us something new, when you give us something surprising, our brain gets really excited. And our frontal cortex, this part, lights up. Here's another interesting thing. So this part of your brain lights up because it's the part, and your brain is responsible for experiencing emotions, and that is not activated with things that are overly familiar. What it is activated by is what is unique and what is stimulating. So what happens then? Literally, what happens then is dopamine, a chemical released in your brain that helps control the brain's reward and pleasure centers, is increased. Nice. Dopamine is such a turn on that people take all kinds of very serious drugs. Coke, meth, speed, because they mimic the effects of dopamine. So obviously, if we can naturally up the dopamine in somebody's brain, they're gonna have a pretty positive feeling about your story.